All right. Well, again, my name is Jamie Dawkins. I am the Assistant Director for Transfer Admissions here at Charlotte. I'm emceeing our Transfer Symposium event this week, and I'm really excited to welcome Ms. Gina Robinson to our symposium and allow her to talk with you guys a little bit about our amazing William Lee States College of Engineering. So Gina, I'm going to let you take it away.
Thank you, Jamie. Again, my name is Gina Robinson, as Jamie mentioned. My role in the college, I am the Director of Recruiting and Freshman Advising for the College of Engineering. On behalf of the faculty and staff in the college, I'm so excited that you all are allowing me to share a little bit of information about the College of Engineering. So we'll go ahead and get started. All right, so a snapshot of the College of Engineering. We have over 4,000 students in the College of Engineering. Our undergraduate enrollment is roughly over 3,200 students in the college. We do offer 10 undergraduate majors in the College of Engineering. And each fall semester, looking solely at the fall semester, we typically admit around 220 students, transfer students to the College of Engineering. This is an aerial shot of part of our beautiful campus. As you can see, the College of Engineering is located in 4 facilities across this beautiful campus. This actually does not even include our research labs and our industrial solutions lab, which is where our juniors and seniors complete their capstone projects. So again, this is just an aerial view of the locations for the engineering facilities. As I mentioned earlier, we offer 10 majors in the College of Engineering. 5 lead to a BS degree. We have 4 majors that will lead to a BS ET degree. And also under engineering technology, students can pursue construction management, which would lead to a BSCM degree. In talking about the transfer requirements, admissions requirements for our engineering programs that lead to a BS degree, if a student is interested in civil, computer, electrical, or systems engineering, a GPA of a 2.5 or higher is required. If the student is interested in mechanical engineering, a 3.0 or higher cumulative GPA is required. Of course, admissions will look for Calculus 1 equivalent to Math 1241 or higher math prior to transferring to the College of Engineering. We always encourage our transfer students to review and follow the transfer guides, which of course are on our admissions website. So we highly encourage all transfer students to review this so that they are taking the appropriate courses. If your institution offers the Associate of Engineering degree, the College of Engineering encourages students to pursue this degree, but if your institution does not, we definitely understand. But if you do offer the AE degree, again, we do encourage our students, your transfer students, to follow the BDPs, which are also located on the admissions website. And this is just a little screenshot of the BDPs that you can find on the admissions website. Now, for our students that are interested in transferring into the Engineering Technology and Construction Management Department, there are 2 pathways. The first with the AAS degree, the Associate of Applied Science degree, or the 2+2 transfer pathway. The student must have a related field, so the AAS degree in a related field. A minimum of a 2.5 GPA in that related or aligning approved degree. These students will receive 64 hours transfer credits applied to their UNC Charlotte transcript when the degree is posted. This is just a snapshot of the majors that are aligned with our majors in the College of Engineering and in the Engineering, Technology, and Construction Management department. I mean, this information is also found on the admissions website. Now, for those students who are transferring under the traditional pathway, of course, those students must meet the admissions requirements and have a minimum of a 2.0 GPA. And this is a snapshot of the transfer guide. Again, these are located on the admissions website, and we do encourage all of the prospective transfer students to download these and follow the transfer guide so they know that they're taking the appropriate courses. In the College of Engineering, we do realize that transferring from a two-year institution to the College of Engineering can be challenging. So the College of Engineering offers strong support systems for our students. On the academic side, under advising, all of our students are assigned to a professional advisor. However, students do have the opportunity to work with a faculty advisor once they transfer into the college. There is peer tutoring, even for our upper division junior and senior year courses, there is tutoring available for students. And there is also the opportunity for mentoring and coaching from our upperclassmen. Not only do we offer academic support for our students, we do offer professional development support for all of our students, including transfer students. All students will take one or more professional development courses during their junior and senior year in the College of Engineering. And our professional development and career advisor provide opportunities for our students to connect with industry partners who are offering co-ops and internships. On the screen, you will see just a handful of our industry partners who hire our students. But not only do these companies hire our students, they work along with the college to prepare our graduates for the careers that they are seeking. They're in the classrooms providing workshops, seminars to provide that information that students need to know how to be prepared for the workforce when they graduate from the College of Engineering. So this is just a snapshot of the college, and I am happy to answer any questions that you may have at this time.
Thank you so much, Gina. So Gina, I'll kick things off and then I'm gonna let some folks drop some questions into the Q&A feature. Can you talk for our engineering science degrees? Can you talk a little bit about what are things students can do at the community college to best prepare for transferring into our engineering sciences?
I'm sorry, my air conditioner is very loud.
No worries.
Sorry.
Yeah. Can you talk to us? We're thinking and thinking about our engineering science degrees here at Charlotte. Can you talk a little bit about what are some things students at the community college can do to really prepare for transferring into the engineering science majors at Charlotte?
So again, making sure that they follow those transfer guides. You work diligently with the colleges and particularly the College of Engineering, to make sure those transfer guides are up to date. So we definitely encourage the students to do that. And when we're reaching out or transfer students are connecting with us in the college, we always encourage them to go back and speak with their advisors at their institutions. So that's definitely, something that we encourage. But within the college, at the two-year institutions, we do know that there are faculty members who work closely with these students. And that is definitely something that we encourage, because many of those instructors are very familiar with the courses that are offered here and the coursework that they need to complete at the two-year institution. So connecting with faculty at the two-year institutions as well.
Another thing I wanted to ask you are with the associate in engineering gaining popularity and that kind of thing. Not all of our North Carolina community colleges offer the associate in engineering. So it is confirming, so our students can still pursue that associate in science and prepare for our engineering science degrees.
Absolutely. Again, we do realize that not all institutions offer the Associate of Engineering, so we do encourage the students to look at the Associate of Science. You know, that is definitely a pathway to our programs, and they typically can complete a lot of the math and science courses that are required once they get here to start in those sophomore year courses. So absolutely encourage the students to complete that Associate of Science degree if the institution does not offer the Associate of Engineering.
Okay. I see a question came in the chat about the calculus coursework, so the Math 271, 272, 273, and the calculus-based physics coursework, the Physics 251 and 252. I can tell you we articulate credit for transfer students in our Office of Undergraduate Admissions, and those courses will transfer to Charlotte as the direct equivalents. So assuming a student earns a C or better, there will be no issue with Math 271, 272, and 273 coming in directly as the Calc 1, 2, and 3 courses at Charlotte. And the Physics 251 and 252 coming in as our calculus-based physics needed for our engineering majors as well. So those are direct equivalents. Gina's team will tell you that the students that come with more math and more of those key physics courses do tend to have more streamlined transfers. So it is great for students to take that. I love this question that just came in. So thinking about the 64 credit hour max, so we do, students coming from community colleges are capped at 64 hours. If a student has fulfilled their associate degree requirements at the community college, but has not completed all of the courses recommended by engineering on a BDP, do you recommend they go ahead and transfer to Charlotte and complete those missing courses recommended with us? Or do you recommend that they stay and complete those at the community college? So I will tell you, I'll let Gina talk a little bit about both of those options in a second, but I will tell you, if a student does stay at the community college to complete additional coursework beyond their associate degree, we do still cap students at 64 hours, but we do award them the 64 hours that help them most towards their major. So for example, if a student has done an AA degree with you and in their last semester, they decided, you know what, I really want engineering, so they need to stay with you, or they've decided to stay and take some additional higher level math and science classes. Those classes, because their new intended major is engineering and they indicate that on their application, we will make sure that the 64 hours we award them include the most meaningful coursework towards their major. So it is certainly an option for students to stay beyond their associate's degree to take some of the suggested courses that we've outlined. Gina, do you know what the benefit to doing that would be?
So the benefit to completing certain coursework at the community college, I would say looking at the support system that they already have built at the community college, that would definitely be a benefit to a student remaining at the community college. I will share that there are faculty who would definitely encourage the students to go ahead and transfer and complete those, particularly those sophomore year courses that like statics and network theory that really build the foundation for the coursework that the students will complete in their junior and senior year. And so they definitely will encourage students, but again, students that have that support system and know that they can work with those faculty, particularly at the community college, we definitely understand students wanting to stay in that support system and get those sophomore year courses if possible, whether it's the math or certain other sophomore level courses that they may be able to complete.
I think that's a great point. And, the other thing that we know is if students come with just Calculus 1 complete and they maybe don't have physics or maybe even Calculus 2, those are prerequisites for a lot of engineering coursework in some instances. So sometimes it is a good idea for students to, if they need to stay an extra semester to get through one more calculus class or get through one more physics class, that is okay. But it's not a requirement because if a student doesn't build those coursework into their time at the community college, they certainly can access it with us here at Charlotte and still be working towards degree completion. So that is a really good question, but I do understand in the context of 64 hours capping, we do make sure that we award them the 64 hours that help them most towards their intended major. So that is a great question.
And I will say, Jamie, that students who are transferring for the fall semester, coming in for the fall semester, if a student is finding that they're transferring early and they have the opportunity to take some summer classes, we do encourage that, particularly with that Calculus 2 and physics, completing those over the summer. Because again, if those students are missing those, that Calculus 2 or physics, which are freshman year courses for us, it does limit the courses that students can take in that once they arrive here. So we highly encourage students to consider if they have that missing that Calculus 2 and physics. Again, completing that coursework at the community college because they already have that support system, or working with Jamie to be admitted for the summer instead of the fall semester and completing those courses with us so that they can start in those sophomore year and beyond courses.
We do have at Charlotte a very robust summer course offering. So it is definitely feasible for transfer students to begin coursework at Charlotte in our summer terms. If they want to get a jump start a little bit earlier, maybe want to knock out a couple more of those first year type coursework that they maybe weren't able to access during their time at the community college. So a summer transfer is definitely an option for students. And in our engineering department, they actually have a pretty wide variety of course offerings in the summer that allow students to get that jump start and get acclimated and get into those major specific classes earlier on. So that is always a great option. I'm glad you mentioned that, Gina. All right, let's see. Any other questions coming in through the chat? And of course, you are welcome to unmute yourself if you have questions as well. We are okay with that. Gina, can you talk to us just kind of surface level with our engineering graduates? What are a lot of them doing post-grad? Is graduate school becoming more popular? Are their internships turning into full-time jobs? What is that looking like for our graduates?
Absolutely. We're finding, as a matter of fact, there was a article in our newsletter recently where one of our recent grads, always thought that her pathway was going to be immediately going into the workforce, but she found her love of research. There are so many opportunities for our students to be involved in undergraduate research, which will help them to see that maybe their pathway is not directly into the workforce, but it is going into our graduate programs. One of the best things that our students love is the fact that they can start their graduate classes in their junior year. So if they have junior year standing, they can apply to the graduate program and complete not only some of the coursework, still completing their undergraduate courses. Some of those courses they will be able to complete on the graduate level, and yes, they will apply towards their master's degree. So that is something that a lot of our students are making the decision. They did not necessarily come in with the thought of I want to do graduate school, but they're finding their love for the research side. And again, connecting with that faculty advisor is really important for our students. And that is the doorway to finding your opportunities to do undergraduate research. But again, here on our screen here are some of the companies, our industry partners that work closely with us, and the opportunities for internships and co-ops. But again, these are industry partners that are coming in from the moment the students are here for their first semester. They are having the opportunities to connect with our industry partners in some form or fashion. Again, many of these industry partners are coming into the classrooms and they're just talking about what the engineering environment is like at today and times, which we definitely know, things are vastly changing with everything that has gone on in the world. So they're in the classrooms, they're offering seminars, just different variety of ways to connect with employers, which often leads to, conversations about at the time that they're ready to graduate, those jobs that are available for students.
Yes. And I'm so glad you mentioned the graduate school. I've worked with a transfer student about 3 years ago that made his way to Charlotte. And I actually found out, I was telling Gina last week that he has recently been admitted to one of our graduate engineering programs. So that is definitely something I think we're seeing an increase in, just because the opportunity for those early entry programs are available. And those are definitely unique. You don't find those everywhere. So students are definitely jumping at the advantage of that. The other question I wanted to kind of pose your way, Gina, and I know this is the age-old question, but can you, when you and your team are working with students and trying to help them understand engineering versus engineering technology, what are some of the key things that you kind of share with those students that these advisors may want to have in their back pocket as they're talking to their students?
Oh, great question. Let's see, when we talk about the differences, I will say what we try to stay away from first and foremost. The age old, using your term, the age old conversation was hands-on. So the applied versus theory. We pride ourselves in the College of Engineering that every student that leaves here with a degree in the College of Engineering will leave with that hands-on experience. So our students, from the moment they transfer, they're in labs and other facilities, getting that hands-on experience. So we pride ourselves on the motto of getting their hands dirty. So we try to stay away from saying that was the technology side. But again, when you look at engineering versus engineering technology, the technology side is more about the application. The engineering side is definitely more about the theory and the design aspect, versus on the technology side, our technologists say, want to leave that design stuff over there with those engineers. We just want to make sure what they're creating is working efficiently and effectively. So we see a lot of our students, quite honestly, that are coming in to engineering, making that decision to transition over to technology because they found that's their passion, that they want to make sure that things are working as it should be, versus the design of that you will get on the engineering side. So that's the way we like to try to help students understand, and we love to emphasize that those students who make that decision to move from the engineering to engineering technology, that coursework will transition over to technology. So there's not a lot of having to go back and pick up coursework. The engineering coursework will transfer over to the engineering side, particularly those higher level math courses and science courses.
Love that. Super helpful. I know that my time when I worked at the community college, that was a famous question that I received from my students. I know folks tuning in today, they know that is a question they have that's come across their desk as well. So thank you for that insight. All right, folks. Well, we are coming down to our time slot. I definitely wanted to let you guys know I'm going to hang out here for just a moment or two. So if you have some follow-up questions, please feel free to drop those into the chat. Gina, I want to thank you for coming and joining us today and being here on behalf of our College of Engineering. We have a vast offerings within your college for transfer students to pursue, and a lot of opportunities for students to prepare seamlessly for those programs through those resources that Gina mentioned. Gina's team and our team here at Admissions, along with our University Transfer Center, we all work closely together to help students maximize their time with you all at the community college so that they are prepared for a streamlined transfer to Charlotte. So know that all together we will work to help you all. If you have questions about students and what courses they should be taking, our teams are all collaboratively working together and working hard to answer those questions so that you all can best advise your students, and know that those students would find a lot of opportunity within our College of Engineering here at Charlotte. So Gina, thank you again. To our North Carolina Community College advisors that joined us this afternoon, thank you for being here. We hope this information was helpful to you in your advising work with students. Thank you for all that you do for those folks. And We will see you all back. We have one final session this afternoon at 3 p.m. with our University Transfer Center. So if you would like to tune into that, we'll see you right back here in this Zoom room. But until then, I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Thanks again.
Thank you, Jamie.